I turned the news on this morning, which might have been a mistake. One of the big items of news was the situation in the Middle East of Israel and Palestine. Again, another war there. These two peoples believe in the same God. One calls God Yahweh, the other calls God Allah. Same God. This is Mission Alive. You're with Roger from MSC Mission Office. Sometimes I think I should just give up watching the news. It's really depressing. The news is often just bad news, and we get again and again and again coverage of all the conflicts in the world. To name a few, the Middle East, as I've mentioned, Myanmar, the tensions China is creating in the South China Sea, Africa, particularly at this moment, Chad, Sudan, and the list goes on there, Azerbaijan, and probably a dozen other places around the world. And we get, for 24 hours at least, endless coverage of this conflicts. And then there's protests all around the world against all kinds of governments, and many of the governments are just corrupt, not doing the right thing, and so on and so forth. And you can go into the details of all those issues. So it's, in a way, you think, is there any end to all this conflict around the world? I'm just trying to get my clock right. All these conflicts around the world. Why is it that people can't live together? The Old Testament has a story of Cain and Abel fighting, and Cain killing Abel. And that's a story of, the same as with the Genesis, the story of Adam and Eve and the disobedience to God. These are stories trying to explain the human nature. They're mythical stories in the sense that it's a story that contains a truth. And the truth in that is inherent, somehow, in human nature, is the tendency towards evil, as is the tendency towards goodness. Now, I heard some years ago that some guy in the United States tried to start a good news newspaper. He did, and failed because nobody was interested in good news. They all just wanted the bad news. It's a pretty strange thing that we go on with. Now, you might say, what's this got to do with Mission Alive? Well, since the time of Cain and Abel, and so on and so forth, and right through the time of the Old Testament peoples, there was wars, conflicts, political tensions, murders, and so on and so forth. And the people of God were called to live out what God wanted them to live out, as we are called today to live out what God wants us to live out. And that is our mission today. As I've said a number of times, to get to know Jesus Christ, to live as he commanded us to live, to love one another. And these conflicts will not be solved until there's a massive change of attitude, of conviction, of faith, that we are all daughters and sons of God. And that's one of the purposes of mission, to go and tell people this and to get people to live that way, to treat each other with respect, with love, and with compassion. Thank you for being with Mission Alive. Let's continue today to try and bring peace, unity, and harmony to the world. Thank you.